Good morning. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
She's running. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Dark Roast. I'm Donna Stroll, and I'm here with the always lovely and talented Rose Short.
What up?
And today's big discussion is one that's maybe not necessarily ours, but one that is definitely for those of us who like to game. And
Yes.
it's yeah, because the gaming industry is big, and you can absolutely leverage it in your affiliate marketing. So if gaming is something that you like to do to wind down or wind yourself up, depending on your personality, um, there are ways that you can turn that joy into some money in your bank account and still be able to play. Now we all know about like the streaming, your Twitches and stuff like that, but that's just one way to make money off of gaming.
Yep. YouTube's also another really good way, right? Most people that stream on Twitch are also either live streaming on YouTube or repurposing those videos for YouTube. There's a couple gaming creators I know my significant other watches that play Hearthstone and things like that. And I've gone down the rabbit hole sometimes of like, I like the story of the game, but I don't have a gaming console. And so I will, anybody who does like, they'll record just the cutscenes, I'll watch those. And so that's also, you're looking at 7-8 hours of cutscenes. That if your channel's monetized, that's a really good chunk of change you're going to get if somebody watches all those. So, but moving
Right.
on from that, well, there's also affiliate programs.
True. Let's just see here. So there's a lot of them. Like we have a ton of them. So, and I will figure out a way. I did create a clip. I'm just trying to see how I can add that onto the screen for you guys. So you've got Razer, which is like your gaming and your peripherals, and their commission rate is up to 10%. Let's see what else we got here. Let me just change the way that I'm looking at this. It could just make my life easier here. Cancel
So
that.
while Donna's looking for that, why is the gaming industry so big, right? What's a $200 billion industry and it's continuing to grow, especially with you now have mobile games, you have the apps. There are some apps that obviously you play the games and it does pay out, a little bit of ad revenue. Those are great. There's also ones that you play and earn crypto. So there's lots of different ways, right? So there's a lot of diverse opportunities. And within the affiliate marketing spectrum, you can promote games, you can promote hardware, accessories, platforms. You can create in-game items, and then even some services and some accessories like headsets. Amazon Marketplace, obviously, or TikTok Shop are a big one, right, for like gaming headsets
Yeah.
or things like that. And you're not doing any product creation, right? You're earning commission just by recommending the things that you to play games, especially if you're doing multiplayer games, and you got the headset to talk to people, and you've got the talk to text type stuff to make that easier. There's lots of different things.
Yeah, and like I was saying, there's some top affiliate, like gaming affiliate programs that you can consider. So Razer for the gaming and the peripherals and laptops, it's like up to 10% for your commission rate. The cookie duration is actually not bad at 30 days. I mean, I know it's not permanent, but still 30 days isn't too bad. And that's great for things like tech blogs or unboxings. Logitech is another one. Is a gaming gear and accessories. Obviously, you people probably know that. Their commission rate ranges from 4 to 10%, another 30 days for their cookies. Good for reviewing or streaming, gear, that kind of stuff. NVIDIA, some people might not know what that is, but that's your
If you
graphic
don't know what
cards. And
NVIDIA is, you might be living under a rock.
well, yeah, I'm just joking because there was somebody very important who was like, NVIDIA, what is that? Um, Any rate, they are graphic cards and tech. They have a fairly low commission rate of 5%, but their cookie duration is a bit longer at 45 days. And then you've got Secret Lab, which is like gaming chairs and desks, that kind of comfort. Their commission rate is 12%, but their cookie duration is only 7 days. So It's more for your hardcore gamers that
Yep.
you're going to get out to. Twitch, which you just mentioned, which is a streaming platform, they have commission rates from 5 to 50%. So it's obviously a graduated one. Um, I don't know what their cookie duration is. I don't have that information. They might not have one, and they are for your streamers, the people who actually live game. What else we got here? CD keys, digital game keys, 5% at 30 days. This is for your deal bloggers and your streamers. Epic Games, obviously, they do games like Fortnite. They are 5 to 12%. So, again, you're selling games, but you're not having to hold the inventory, which is nice. Their cookies vary depending on what and how you're doing it. And that's really more for your influencers and your creators. And then you've got Amazon. We all know Amazon up to 20% or, less. And they have a very short window of 24 hours. Like, I think that's the shortest one I've seen so far. Um, Wargaming, so that's MMO, things like World of Tanks and stuff like that. Up to $10 per sign up. So that's more of a flat rate, not a percentage. Um, then there's the Green Man Gaming is another one. That's digital games, 2 to 5%. Their cookie duration, it depends, it varies, and that's more for your game review sites. So there's lots of different options, a lot of different cookie durations, a lot of different commission rates, and you can combine them obviously too, right?
Yeah. And the nice thing about those is like, those are all kind of centralized to PC gaming. But you do have some Sony and Xbox specific ones as well, I believe, which is where you kind of get into reputation,
Yep.
right? So choosing the right things to promote is super important, especially within the
Yeah.
gaming industry. You have a lot of people who are very brand loyal, right? Like you have the people who only play PlayStation, you have people who only do Xbox, who only do PC. So partner with brands that
Yeah.
you trust within the spectrum of gaming that you actually do, right? If you're on a PC game and you're promoting PlayStation, it's probably not gonna, cross platform very well. And there's been a lot of game creators lately that are losing credibility or losing the base because of just stupid decisions they're making. So make sure that you're partnering with brands that are trusted, but are also recognized. Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I agree. I mean, it's you can't like I wouldn't be a good fit for this, right? Because I'm not a gamer. So if I tried to jump in and start, promoting this as an affiliate marketer, they would see through me in like half a heartbeat and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Poser!" Right? So yeah, just that's important, right? You want to make sure that what you're sharing is genuine experiences, genuine knowledge, all of that sort of thing because and I feel like gamers like any kind of hobby where you're going to be doing affiliation for, people are going to see right away whether or not it's actually important to you. So it would be the same if you were somehow affiliating for music, right? People
Yeah.
take their music very seriously. People take their gaming very seriously. I mean, even when they're just even casual gamers take their gaming, their platforms, and everything else very seriously. So, make sure that you're taking them seriously as well by not trying to bluff your way through something.
Yep. Yep. Authenticity. We talk about it all the time.
Yep.
And then content, right? So content within the gaming sphere is a little bit different, a little interesting because you can do a lot more live streaming. You can do a lot more audience participation kind of thing, right? So like people who stream on Twitch and on YouTube, right? Commenters can pay to have their comment read out. There was one girl we were watching one time who was just talking about nonsense, and I was like, "Why is she, like, what is her deal?" And Smith was like, "Oh, well, she just had a kid, so she's super tired, but this is what she does for a living, and someone's paying her basically to talk. So she's just talking about whatever she can think of in her sleep deprived brain." And I was like, "That sounds horrid," but but that's kind of what you sign up for, right? So and then you can take that live streaming content obviously and you can repurpose it a ton of different ways, but you do that because it's valuable, right? It's either engaging content with, like, I can't stand the gaming content where it's like people screaming at each other with the live shooter games, but a lot of people like that over dramatic reaction to stuff, right? So that's
Yeah.
super popular. But you can also do game reviews, tutorials, setup guides, stuff like that. There's one guy that plays Hearthstone, that like people ask him why he made a certain move and he'll tell them, and like he understands how every card interacts with the other, and it's super cool. And then again, you can leverage those multiple platforms. You can share it to YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, obviously, right? You can share it all across those. And then if you're integrating your links in a way that is obviously not scripted or in a way that is natural, you're going to be able to do that affiliate marketing without being spammy, because it's just part of it of like, yeah, like I got this new headset, it's awesome. Da, da, da. And it's kind of an indirect sell, which is always good.
Yeah, as a there's yeah, and like you have mentioned earlier, unboxing is another one. Where that's a great way for you. Like, I just got this. I'm so excited to try it, open it up, and then pop it on, and then do your live stream. And the other nice thing about, I think, with the gaming thing, especially if you're live streaming your gaming specifically, that means that you don't have to actually be on the screen, right? You can build it around your tutorials and stuff like that without actually having to be on screen to do it, which is kind of nice for some people who aren't really necessarily comfortable in front of the cameras, right?
Yeah.
As always, we talk about tracking and analyzing and optimizing, right? Because you want to monitor your performance. You use your tools, your analytic tools for whatever platform that you're using, and to see what works best. Don't be afraid to make some changes, but don't make all your changes all at once, as we always say. And you got to stay updated, because gaming is one of those things where trends and new games and new tools come around all the time. It would be the same as if you were in the IT industry. Um, the updates when it comes to your gaming and your systems that you're using and your peripherals that you're using, those all update on a regular basis, because technology is always advancing at breakneck speed. So you got to be able to keep up with that process.
Yeah. And I think with the gaming, especially, nurturing your affiliate relationships is a little more imperative than in some of the other industries, because for that reason, right? Things change a lot very quickly, especially with tech. So you want to stay connected and communicate regularly with those offers, because sometimes there's coupon codes that are only good for a certain amount of time. They're always having promotions that come and go. So you want to make sure that you're up to date on the special promotions, but know that it's a special promotion, so you're not talking about it 3 months down the road. And then feedback is huge, right? The gaming industry and the tech industry is one of those industries where they actually do take customer or clientele input very seriously. We see it in Hearthstone all the time, where like a card isn't working right, or it's giving way too much advantage, and so they'll take it out because enough people have complained about it, or they'll redo how some of their special powers work because one's maybe not working correctly for the people who make money, like in tournaments and
Yeah.
whatnot. It's important that like the randomization is kind of taken out, so it is a skill set game. So being able to share that insight and get real time feedback and actually see the industry change is super important. That's also why you want to make sure that you're talking to them. And if you have if their affiliate structure isn't quite right, or if you're sending them a lot and it seems like you're not getting enough back, like you can have that conversation. And sometimes they'll do paid promotions as well. So if you have a YouTube channel, they might do a paid slot for you to advertise something, and then you're making money that way as well.
Yeah, and it goes the other way too, because I've seen many times where you're looking at reviews and it's like, oh, well, they haven't done anything. The same issue is addressed over and over and over again in your reviews, and nothing's changed. And so now that's the review. They don't care about the people. They just took the money and ran. So, and you don't want to be that person. You also don't want to be affiliated with that product or that game or whatever it is. So, that it's important that you are staying up to date on that for your own well-being as well, making sure that you're, you know, if they're not going to take your feedback seriously or the feedback of others seriously, then maybe they're not the right program for you. And it's better to get out ahead of the time instead of putting too much time and effort into something that's not going to come back to you the way that you need it to.
Yep.
So there's some really,
Yep.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The nice thing with the gaming industry too is like it goes hand in hand with tech, right? So, maybe you start out as just a PC gamer and then you want to build your own computer. People love that content, right? They love. There's a girl in Australia who built a coffee maker into her desktop because she didn't want to have to get up and go upstairs for coffee every time, which is
That's
ingenious. And that
crazy.
video did really well because it's new, it's creative, but she already had a following based off of her current computer and PC content. So there's a lot of intermingling you can do with the gaming industry. Which is not to say that you have to. Like if you're not a tech person and you just like playing games, then that works. But there's opportunities for expansion so you can micro niche or multi niche while being within the same niche when it comes to
Yeah,
gaming and tech.
I get that 100%. Like I do graphic design, right? And so for me, design tools, design whatever, like the programs and stuff like that, that's important to me. But also my computer and its ability to do things is important. So, when I go to buy a new computer, I am buying gaming um, video cards and things like that because it's important to me that it has the strength and the ability to do what I need it to do without making my computer want to die. It's like,
There
why
you
is
go.
your computer $2,600? It's like all you're doing is this. No, no, no. Your $500 computer does not help me.
I understand. I have a gaming Acer computer
Yeah,
because I needed to keep up with multiple tabs for real estate when I was in real estate.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's cross-platforming all the way there. So there are some tips that you can have for getting started. So basically start with what you know, like you said. You're going to promote products that you know and that you use and that you genuinely recommend. And I think this goes double for the gaming industry because people will see through you if you're lying or if you are unaware, right? Because they're going to because they take it very seriously. Like, bro, do you even know? Um, and then you want to focus on a niche to start off with. So whether it's Xbox or PlayStation or computer games or it's MMO games or if it's tower games or whatever it is that you want to do, you have to start there and then you can sort of expand from out of there. But first, start with a niche that's comfortable and that you know enough about to actually expand from. And then, as always, consistency.
Yep.
Which we have not been consistent this year.
You're not. Well, there's a lot going on this year too.
Yes, there is a crap ton going on this year. So it
Yeah,
hasn't
set
been
a
a big,
time like 2 hours where you can stream uninterrupted and make that your streaming time. And don't, like we say all the time, don't overcommit when you're first starting out, right?
yeah.
Like there's one dude that streams for like 18 hours. If you can't do that, don't do that.
Well, yeah. And I mean, if you can't do it, even if you can't stream for 2 hours every day, maybe you can only do it on Saturdays or maybe Tuesday is your day off. So that's the day that you're going to do it. Start where you have the time and that you can actually do what you need to do and build that up because maybe eventually you'll start making enough money by doing that that you can block out more time for yourself because that is the goal, right? The goal is
Yeah.
always to block up more time. And if, being able to gain more and actually make money from it is one of your goals, then do it. But
Mhm.
start where you are, not where you want to be. Make that where your goal is, not where you're trying to start at the beginning, because you'll burn out so fast you'll die.
Yeah. And if you're doing multiplayer games, like, all of you can start a YouTube channel or all of you can start a Twitch platform. Like, it's, not contingent. You don't have to be the only one recording kind of thing. And like, then
Yeah,
there's ways too that you can boost that engagement because maybe one person's better at video editing and has more time to video edit than you. And so
yeah,
you guys can kind of, produce the same video, but in a different way. And then promote each other that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, having a team, and especially when gaming is a fun one where you do create teams on a regular. Um, so much better than going it alone. It's always better than going it alone, and that really doesn't matter anywhere. That's why when we talk about affiliate marketing, we always harken back to education and mentorship and that sort of thing, and that is simply because having those team members, those people who are going through it with you, and those people who have more information than you, really help you be able to progress and to pick you up on days when you just don't have the energy, the desire. Maybe you're feeling frustrated because things aren't going the way that you want. Just having that ear and people who've been there and understand where you're at is super helpful. And then also, yeah, being able to pool your talents, so that you're not expected to do everything, takes a little bit of weight off of that solopreneur kind of feel that you get. So.
Yeah, for sure. We have vented to each other on multiple occasions.
Well, that's helpful, right? It helps lighten, just helps take some of that off of your shoulders. A weight carried by many is much lighter than a weight carried on your own. That's just standard. So,
for sure.
you know,
And that's also one of the unique opportunities that the gaming platforms offer too, because if you are talking on your stream, but maybe you're not reading comments, maybe you're not like well enough, high enough up that like people are paying you to read their comment or paying you to talk or not whatnot, you can just talk about your life essentially. And then you can take just the audio clip, especially if you're using a headset, and turn that into a vlog, which you can then turn into a blog post, and post it separately. So there's, again, within the gaming industry itself, there's lots of different ways to repurpose.
yeah.
That can be really cool.
Yep. And I would suggest, just because I believe that education is important, and so I would suggest finding somebody who helps in that area, like mentors or somebody who helps specifically in the area of affiliation within gaming, to help you build your business there. I wouldn't try to jump into that completely 100% on your own. Even if you find like a guru on YouTube that you follow for a while, and then, get some information there, because it is a very niche concept. As far as affiliate marketing goes, it's 100% there, but it's going to be very different than if you're in the make money online, or if you're into products, like you have your Shopify store or your Etsy store. Each one is very different. So this would be one where I would say get specialized information and training, and support that way, because I think going it on your own might be very challenging. But I also think that people who are into gaming are very capable of learning things quickly and grasping new concepts and new ideas, because you're constantly in that state of mind anyways. So this is an opportunity for you to leverage that skill.
Yeah. And you can do it in stages. You can start with just Twitch and just streaming and getting the feel for that, and then repurposing that to YouTube, and then mixing in those affiliate links. Like, you don't have to do it all at once.
Yeah.
The main thing is figure out where your strengths are. Like, is your strength just gameplay and less so talking? Then start with just the gameplay, and then kind of work on being on camera, and then kind of work on like figuring out like, okay, well, this is the brand of computer I use, this is the headset I use, this is the gaming chair I use. Do these things have an affiliate program? If not, maybe I should look into a different one that does. And then you can do a compare and contrast as well. And then it becomes a lot more natural, where, now you've built up this following and you're like, hey guys, like, I just want to mention, I just changed my chair from this to this, and oh my God, the difference is amazing. And then it becomes, again, more natural, right? Because it's something you're actually using.
Yeah. Yeah. All excellent information. So breaking into the gaming industry through affiliate programs, it really is accessible to anybody who has a passion for gaming. As we say, you want to focus on building authentic content, because that's super important. Choosing the right partners, whether that's your affiliate partners or people that you're teaming up with, and engaging your community. That's a big one, because you can just post and walk away, but it's going to probably fall a little bit flat because my experience with gamers is that they are very expressive. And so it's not always going to be positive interaction, but that doesn't matter, right? That's getting that ball rolling, getting the comments, and, engaging with them. Um, Make sure that however you do engage with your audience really does sit well with you. And, because once you start, that's the persona and the idea that you're probably going to have to keep up. So just make sure that that's actually going to work for you.
Yeah, start on a bad day.
Flipping somebody off. You don't want, I mean, maybe that is your brand and that's fine because there are
We
plenty
do
of
know
rage
people who
people
that
out
is their
there.
brand.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to build the drama, you want to bring the drama llama, then that's all on you. But just make sure that you can consistently maintain that without, like, wanting to commit seppuku. So,
One other community I think we forgot to mention was Discord as well. So
oh,
Discord
yeah.
is popular with gamers, and Discord has its own, I believe, subscription type setup. So
Yeah, they
um,
absolutely do. My youngest bonus son is on the Discord channel for his gaming. That's where he likes to do it. So,
yeah, couldn't talk
so
about
that
gaming and not mention Discord.
there's so many, right? So it's just whatever works for you. So if you are ready to take the next step, you want to start with one of the affiliate programs that works best for you. And oops, sorry. Carry on. Sorry, I was just getting ready for our outro and I accidentally
No
knocked
worries.
something down.
So yeah, gaming industry, be authentic, especially if you're a woman in the gaming industry. Like, there is, some of the whole like, oh, well, she's a girl, so of course she's getting all the views, but there's also the negative side of that comes with it. So bear that in mind as well if you're getting into it. And that's not to say that men don't deal with the negative. I would just say it's different kind of negative in the gaming space.
Yeah.
But yeah, be authentic. Make sure it's games you play. There's nothing wrong with starting a new game and streaming that as well. But if your main go-to is not MMOs, maybe don't jump in on an MMO, or make it a secondary series or something like that, right? Like, make sure it's games you're actually playing. Um, and then, yeah, just, like I said, start with one thing and then it all kind of snowballs and comes together.
So what are we talking about next week, my dear?
Next week, we're going to talk about leveraging partnerships, influencer or non-influencer, because there, I think, is benefit to both to help boost
Yeah.
either sales or content exposure.
Which, yay, we always like to have more exposure because,
Yeah.
getting in front of more eyes does help as long as what you're putting out there is actually useful and who you're connected with is actually good. Um, they say no press is bad press, but I disagree with that statement.
Yeah.
Um, so I will put up, pardon me, a screenshot of the various affiliate programs that I mentioned earlier. I'll just give you a quick table. I'll put that in the comments so that you can find it and take a look at it and do some research for yourself. And obviously, there's going to be more. Look at your own gaming system and see if there's anything there that you can also affiliate for. But I think that's it, and that's all, folks. If you found this helpful, please drop a comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. Your feedback is super helpful in growing this channel.
And of course, if you have any questions or if there's any specific thing that you would like us to talk about, drop that in the comments too. Happy Friday!
Happy Friday, everyone.